Someone who was severely tormented by intrusive thoughts since I was at least 6 years old, let's talk about the difference between internal dialogue, the voice of God, and intrusive thoughts. I'm going to try to keep this as quick and simple as possible. If someone had just told me what I'm about to tell you, I could have saved myself years of torment, mental illness. Your own thoughts are something that you willfully create in your own mind. They don't just pop in out of nowhere without you actually putting in some sort of effort or agreement to create these thoughts. They do not overlap each other. They can be quick, but when one stops, the other one starts. Your thoughts do not stack on top of each other, multiple happening at one time. Intrusive thoughts are the thoughts that will pop into your head. They could be multiple at once, or they just pop in and it's absolutely ridiculous things that you would never think. Your internal dialogue could be you wrestling between faith and doubt, good and evil, asking yourself, did I buy milk today? Do I have enough money in the account to buy milk? I should have taken that shift at work. It's just as if you were speaking, but in your head. Can't speak multiple things out on top of each other. You can only speak and then stop and speak and stop, or continue speaking. Does that make sense? When you're speaking, you don't have multiple voices on top of each other, and that should be the same inside your head. When you're speaking out loud, you put an effort to what you're saying, right? And it's the same thing inside your head. When it comes to intrusive thoughts, you could have 5, you could have 50, you could have 100 different thoughts floating around in your head at one time. That's not normal. That's not you. That's a clear sign that you need deliverance. Because it's very hard to take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ if you have so many thoughts going on in your head at once. The voice of God is something that you can hear on top of your thoughts, but the voice of God is quiet and gentle and the opposite of intrusive. You have to be still and at peace to be able to hear the voice of God. Intrusive thoughts are intrusive, they're loud, they take control of your mind. They are demons. Summarize, your own thoughts are just like you speaking out loud, but in your head. There's one at a time. They could be quick, they could be bouncing around between this and that, but there's only one at a time. Intrusive thoughts are things that will pop in on top of that, and you can either come into agreement with them and allow them to take root, and then they could become part of your internal dialogue. They're not something that you have willfully created in your head. They just pop into your head out of nowhere. It could be one, it could be multiple. The voice of God is something that you can hear at any time, but you have to be still and you have to listen for it. The Lord has promised us a sound mind and self-control. So if you have multiple thoughts, if your thought life is crazy, then that's not from God. The battlefield is mostly in our minds, and that's where a lot of people get confused with mental illness, thinking that it's normal because so many of us are used to having multiple thoughts in our head at once, but it's not normal to have that, and there is freedom from it. After I got deliverance for the first time, I came back upstairs, and it was like someone flicked off a light switch, and all of a sudden it was just quiet inside my head except for my own thought at once. And I had never experienced that before because my head had always been a crazy, loud, chaotic place, and that is not normal. So just know that if you have multiple thoughts going on in your head at once, there's freedom from it. Do not accept it.